top division doubles coming up next. I'll bring out some of the top players on the roster. Urrutia and Aratz there for the Fireballs. Well, they'll take on Douglas and Manny of the Warriors. Douglas and Manny just 2-8 in the regular season, but a big win on the final game day of the year for the Warriors, which got them into the playoffs. They're taking on this Urrutia and Aratz team that 5-5 record. They've really fallen off in the second half of the year. Urrutia and Aratz were 5-1 at one point, and they have lost 4 straight coming into tonight. And the Fireballs overall doubles teams have really struggled here. In their last 4 game days, they've won 4 out of their 13 total doubles matches. 3 of the 4 were Jedin and Cabrera, though. So looking for Urrutia and Aratz to get back on track here, and tonight in the playoffs, no better time. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin match number 2, our top division doubles. Representing the Warriors, we have the team of Douglas and Manny. And for the Fireballs, it's Urrutia and Aratz. There's a serve by Douglas. We begin match 2 with the backhand to the inside. Into the corner, it's dropping. Saved by Douglas. Urrutia attacking. 2-wall by Urrutia. That scores. Quick first point going for the Fireballs.
Urrutia is showing tremendous control. He moves right into place to catch the ball. So court positioning there was impeccable. But also he gets it. He's had a habit of overthrowing some balls from up there, but not this one. He took a look at Douglas coming in for a drop shot, and he switched his posture to throw a 2-wall and just threw it well enough to land in and score. Very well done.
Well, he does that pretty well. He does it with the 2-wall also. You don't know, it's tough to see, and that's why he scores pretty high rate. Serve there, low, coming in on the left side. Manny sends it back. Aratz makes the catch. Now Manny from the 12 line, keeps it inside. Urrutia goes up, makes the play. Manny now, same spot, lifts it back. Aratz with the catch. Oh, runner along the wall. Douglas stepping in. Sit back on the numbers. There's Aratz. Manny sends it deep. Aratz in the corner, makes a play. Backhand, clips the wall. Now Douglas. Oh, runner to the inside. Scoop by Aratz. Douglas tip ball along the wall. That's the second point for the Fireballs.
So Douglas basically staying with the ball all the way back to the 11 line. You have Manny back there. Manny, Douglas, tremendous aggression, especially recently these last couple weeks. But Manny's more than capable in the backcourt, as he's shown, the last 2 weeks of highlight.
Good catch by Manny on the outside. To serve, now Aratz, the 12. Douglas picks up the pace, low runner inside by Aratz again. Douglas a little more power, a little higher, but that's up in the overhead screen, out of play. 3 in a row for the Fireballs.
So again, this is the type of power that we saw from Douglas last week, I think it was, when the Warriors were really just, when Douglas was playing singles just phenomenally.
Yeah.
And he just needs to get his legs under him here. A tip ball at the sidewall, and that one, he just blasted and got away from him.
And he handles the serve again, sends a backhand high and deep. Aratz steps out of the way. Urrutia plays the left side rebote. Now Manny from the 11. That's the backhand. Aratz steps around it to keep it on the left side. Douglas coming in. Manny makes the catch behind him. Backhand to the inside. Manny stops it, plays it back. Urrutia goes up, makes a fine catch on the left side. Backhand wall to wall. Now the rebote, rebound off the back wall, saved by Douglas. Urrutia was started to the inside, right to Manny. Forehand cut off on the left side of Urrutia. Backhand, stopped by Manny. Manny from deeper in the backcourt, floats it up. Aratz from the left side, plays it inside, back to Douglas. Douglas steps back, cuts it off, plays the backhand, Sends it high and deep. Here's the rebote now for Urrutia. Flips the wall. Manny steps in front of it, keeps it on the right side. Back off the wall. There's Urrutia. This one blasted. Rebote coming out to the 6th line. Turned by Douglas. Right back to Aratz. Leaping grab in the corner. Aratz sends it back along the wall. There's Douglas reaching in. Now Aratz from the 12th line. Caught the corner. Manny steps up. Makes the catch. Just fires it high and deep. This is coming all the way out along the wall. Urrutia sends it back. Tough for Bote. Douglas steps in front of it. Makes the save. Now Aratz tries to pass Douglas. He does. Manny on the quick bounce. Forehand up the middle. By Urrutia. Just out of the inside, Manny. Tough catch again. Forehand. Caught by Urrutia. Here's the left side. Passing in the corner. Douglas reaching in. Saves the rebote. Oh,
what
tough grab on the wall by Manny. Sends it high and deep. Aratz not going to let it come out. Makes the catch on the back glass. Douglas over the top. Urrutia attack. Couldn't get to it. Now Aratz from the backcourt. Sends it inside along the wall. Douglas for another rebote. Cut off this time, Urrutia. That one's a splitter. Manny, great stop. Scooped up by Aratz. Back of the 11th line. Here's Douglas on the inside from the 8 low runner. Cut off by Aratz. Douglas now, long coasting. Sends it inside. Oh, what a catch by Aratz. Comes down with the ball. He blasts this one now. Rebote. Tie it and missed by Urrutia. Long rebote missed. That's a point for Douglas and Manny. They're on the board.
Yeah, Douglas looking much more comfortable as that point went on. Court positioning was better. Communication with Manny was better.
Aratz fires that low runner inside. Scoop by Manny. Now Urrutia from the 10. High and deep. Sits off the back wall. Rebote. Forehand. What a throw by Douglas. Aratz makes the catch. Now Douglas rips one off the wall. Powerful backhand follows. Comes shooting out. Urrutia steps in front of it. Saves it on the left side. Now Manny. Aratz gets up there before it crosses the wall. Sends it back. Manny from the 11th line. Powerfully thrown inside. Aratz with a leaping catch. Now Douglas. Backhand up the middle. Aratz now on the forehand. Right over his head. This is going to cross the wall.
Oh,
backs
what a
Manny
catch.
up, and he takes it in. Outside placement follows. Aratz, look at his backup from the outside. He makes the catch. Fires the forehand. Manny gets there before the second bounce. Now Aratz. Back inside. They're settled down. Now Manny plays it up the middle. Aratz reaches in. Manny from the 12th line to the inside. Urrutia stops it, plays it back along the wall. Manny ducks out of the way. Douglas saves the rebote. Now Urrutia, Costado, 2-wall, 2-score. 4 points for the Fireballs.
Look, the confidence that you need in your Costado 2-all, in any of your kill shots, really, when you see your opponent out there. He sees Doug right there. He knows that Douglas is moving to the outside. His belief is that I can throw a 2-all that's going to cut out before he can get to it. That's what happened. Yeah. I wasn't even that confident about tying my shoes this afternoon before I walked in.
That's an overserve. First fault, second serve coming up. Douglas cuts off the serve, drop shot. Dropped in to score. Second point for the Warriors.
Beautifully executed by Douglas. That ball just made a great catch. And look where this ball dies. Drop shot with the ever slight touch.
Yeah, he was
One
leaning
bounce.
with it. Yeah.
And where's that second bounce?
Yeah, it's before the 4.
It's well before the, yeah, that's perfect. That's so well done. Aratz is fast.
Aratz in the middle of the court, sends it along the wall. Manny ducks. Douglas plays the rebote high to the outside. Urrutia calls him off. Rebote to the inside. Now Manny. Here's the forehand. Karam. Ooh, that's not opening up enough. Urrutia from the outside. It's a tough one. Manny Urrutia is in the pad. 5 points possible. Set point.
It's a great effort by Manny. I mean, that ball was coming in fast. Manny's, he likes to play it off the Urrutia. You have two options there. Coming off that side wall, you'll see some guys, Aratz, like about a third of the time will scoop it. It's risky. But the Urrutia, when it's coming that fast, is very tricky to set yourself up on the floor and be in exactly the right position to make the play. Possible set point here.
That's an overserve. First fault. Second serve for Urrutia. Douglas takes a second serve to the outside. Oh, just out of reach of Urrutia. Sneaks by to score. That's 3 points. It extends the set. Douglas will serve.
Douglas threw that beautifully. Same thing that applied to Urrutia before. Now applies to Douglas. The confidence, seeing your opponent out there and sticking with your game plan. That's well within the range of Urrutia to make the catch. Just came that fast.
Well placed backhand. Manny reaches in, stops it on the wall. Now Aratz from the 13 line to the inside. Manny with a nice catch is across the wall. Oh, Aratz again, which is in the corner. Backhand, floated on the numbers. There's Manny. Now Aratz able to pass. Douglas in position, saves Urrutia. Caught by Aratz again. Back to the inside. Now Douglas. Low bullet, stopped by Aratz again. He's at the 12. Little miscommunication. Douglas saves it on the back end. Now Aratz goes up for the catch. Fires it back to Manny. He reaches in, makes the catch on the left side. Now Aratz drops it between the Warriors. Douglas steps around it. Right side Urrutia. Caught by Aratz again. This one died off the front wall. Douglas blasts it. Urrutia with a chance, looking for it, saves Urrutia inside. Now Manny from the 11. Cut off by Urrutia, takes it right off the wall, backhand. Comes shooting out to Douglas. Out for Urrutia. Oh, a fireball scramble. Urrutia sweeps it off the ground. Douglas Costado, 2-wall. Stopped by Urrutia, forehand to the inside, scores! Point and set. Urrutia and Aratz take it 6-3, 2 minutes to come back. Play set 2.
I guess Urrutia said there won't be 2 in a row on this one. I mean,
yeah.
He got up. I really thought that Douglas had that point. Right up until I saw Urrutia catch the ball. And he's then that close to the front wall. Whoa, with that power?
Yeah.
I mean, the same applies to Douglas. I mean, if you're within a few feet of the front wall.
Take a look at this.
That ball died. Yeah, Douglas didn't have any help there on that Urrutia.
Well, this is earlier back with the 2-wall. That was the first point of the match. Douglas.
Manny in the corner on the bounce. Outside placement.
Yep,
look at Aratz.
Urrutia not there, but look at that. That's a good image.
Absolutely.
To the outside, leaping catch. And Urrutia here. Costado, 2-wall. See Douglas, he's out there. It just, if you don't get a head start, it's tough to react in time.
And then if you go too far, the other guys throw split placements. This drop shot by Douglas is beautiful.
Yeah, it really was. Just perfect.
Again, it's not just something I made up years ago. It really has to take its second bounce before the 4 line.
Folks, I thought for a few years, he was just.
I was just making stuff up
as
I went.
Whatever came down. Today's the 4, maybe tomorrow's the 6.
There's different courts in the world where you could say, well, it's got to do this, but here, no question about it. That 4 line is.
That Stu was right.
Look at this stop. Yeah, it is okay that see one guy waving his hand. Your cesta can have incidental contact with the screen. That's okay. You can't use your cesta to push the screen out of the way to make the catch. Well,
Fireballs won the first match in this best of 7. Match 2, they've taken the first set. See how Douglas and Manny respond. And Urrutia and Aratz won both of the matchups in the regular season. 6-1, 6-4 back on January 20th. And then a 3-setter on March 12th that went down to the final point. Man, both wins for Urrutia and Aratz. So, first set went the Fireball's way. Douglas and Manny have the serve to begin set 2. Ready to begin set 2. Douglas and Manny serve. Douglas serves. We begin our second set with a backhand by Aratz. Caught on the inside by Manny. He sends it deep. Aratz reaches in, takes it off the wall. Douglas up at the 9, powerful low runner. Aratz steps up, makes the play. Manny now from the 12 line, plays it inside Urrutia. What a stop there at the 10. Douglas lets it pass. Now Manny long cortada, scooped up by Urrutia. Backhand played right to Manny again. Keeps it inside. Urrutia cuts it off, sends it high and deep. Douglas kind of hooked that rebote. Urrutia scoops it up. We'll bowl it inside. Now Manny. Forehand comes over the top. That's well placed and scoring. Tipped. Right on the wall. That gets the Warriors on the board first here. Set 2.
Aratz has not missed many balls. That's a rare miss for Aratz, but that was right on the sidewall.
Aratz makes the catch, backhand inside. Douglas pulls it in off the wall. This is picked up here. Aratz floats it up. Manny reaching down low, secures the catch. Backhand takes into the outside. Aratz forehand. Dropping low, there's Douglas. Costado up the middle. Aratz all alone makes the catch on the right side.
Boy, I'm not going to stop the match to do it, but yeah.
Douglas, drop ball there in the middle of the court. That's going to tie things up 1-1. Hard serve is an over serve. Second one coming up. Second serve is good. Manny now from the middle of the court. Backhand to the inside. It crosses the wall. Aratz, no play. Urrutia makes a save on the rebote. Douglas backhand caught.
Beautiful
overhead
catch
by Aratz. Now Manny reaching in. Stops it along the wall. Backhand. Doing the fireballs. Urrutia makes the save. Douglas steps in front of it. Costado up the middle. Oh, past Aratz. But he comes back forward. He lays it up.
Huh?
That's in play. Douglas takes a look from the outside, sends it high and deep. Oh, Aratz in perfect position. He made the catch in the air. Well, Manny faked the carom, dropped it inside. Aratz got there as it crossed the wall. Backhand pass. Douglas coming back for it. Makes the save. Now Douglas up at the 8. Powerful backhand. Caught by Aratz. Now Manny from the 11. Urrutia pulls it in. Catch on along the inside wall. Aratz floats it up. Manny waits for it at the back wall. Now Urrutia, Costado hard to the inside. Manny all alone makes the catch, comes out over the top. Urrutia lets it pass. Aratz from the backcourt. Sends it inside. Douglas now with a leaping grab. He plays it back. Wall to wall. Rebote now for Urrutia. Douglas reaches in to cut it off. Keeps the pressure on with the backhand, but right to Aratz this time. Aratz from the 11. Rebote coming out. Douglas. Rebote saved. Died off the front wall. Urrutia. Splitter. Manny knows where to be. Stops it. Long cortada again. Urrutia. Leaping scoop there on the left side.
With a hop.
Now Aratz from the backcourt. Kicks it off the side wall. Rebote by Douglas. Backs up Aratz, but he makes the catch. Douglas sends it out of reach. Rebote along the wall to the outside. Manny calls for Douglas to take it. It's a 2-wall return. Urrutia makes the catch. 2-wall from the outside. Look at Douglas with the stop. He sends it back, and Aratz scoops it up.
Aratz.
Oh my,
wow.
Manny, backhand. Caught on the inside by Aratz. He floats one back. There's Manny again. Rebote dropping on the wall. Manny steps up, sends it high and deep. Rebote left side to the inside. Now Manny comes out over the top. Aratz with a little hop, sends it back. Rebote again for Douglas. He makes his save. Urrutia comes flying across the court. Drop shot to the inside. Long run. Manny gets up there. Forehand. Trying to pass, but Aratz steps in front of it. Cuts it off again.
Traffic in front of him, huh?
Douglas alone for that rebote. Sends it high and deep from the 8. Now Urrutia looking for it. Plays it inside. Cut off by Douglas. 2-wall. Not enough. Urrutia stops it. Sends it back powerfully. Manny switching to the right. And it scores. Tremendous point goes to the Fireballs.
Everything about that point from the first serve until that miss right there. My goodness. But Aratz, I'll tell you, stopping the split placement in the air. Manny and Douglas are playing great. Everybody's playing great.
Ball missed off the serve. That's an ace. 3-1, Fireballs lead.
That is a rare miss by Manny off anything. Occasionally the fall down rebote, you know, he's not in position for that or because it's coming in real hard. But a serve, very rarely see him miss a serve.
And he comes out over the top. Aratz waiting for it at the 12 line. Keeps it inside. Douglas on the rebote. Rebote's just above the pad. Aratz gets there just before the second bounce. And he sends it wall to wall. Rebote by Urrutia. This one dropping. Manny steps around it. And he makes a save, but it comes in the middle of the court. Urrutia, Costado, hard to the inside.
Beautiful
Manny
scoop.
with the scoop. Ball again up the middle. Aratz makes the catch. Fires it low and hard inside. Catch by Manny as a clean miss up at the front by Douglas. Rebote, 2-wall. Oh, what a stop. Oh, it's in the rail. That's out of play. Great throw by Douglas. That gives the Warriors 2. They'll serve.
Highlight being a game of inches, and that ball was, I don't know, maybe 4 inches away from hitting the top of the front wall. See Urrutia take off out here. Flips it back up, but just flicks it up too high.
Yeah, Douglas was walking back. He said, no way that was going to be saved. It was close.
And you're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Highlight Fronton in Miami, Florida. The first semifinal for the winner, 2025 Battle Court Highlight season.
Hard serve, Aratz takes it in the middle of the court, backhand inside. Douglas comes cross court to cut it off. Floats it high and deep. Here's the rebote, back inside. Manny makes a stop. Aratz with the catch from the 10 line. Puts it on the wall. Manny with a high scoop. There's the backhand. Sends it past Aratz. Rebote to the inside. That's a tough one. Manny crouching down makes the play. Now Aratz from the 10. That's right on the wall. Douglas will save the rebote, though. Now Urrutia long run. Rebote dropped inside. Manny now. Forehand over the top. Oh, Aratz let it drop. Urrutia has to make the save, and it's a tip ball by Douglas. 4-2. Fireballs lead. Yeah. Indicating that ball's moving a bit. And, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the ball warms up throughout the match. And if you get into a thirds, here we are in a second set, but there's no shortage of hard throws.
No, I mean, yeah, Douglas in Division I this year, 98%. I mean, don't have to say much more than that. That's third on the roster. Only behind Gaucheri in Division I and Nicholas in Division IV. There's an overserve. First fault, second serve coming up. And he gets up to that serve. Back into the corner. Look at the catch by Aratz. Sends it inside now, Manny. Backhand. Thrown wall to wall. Long rebote. Urrutia. Plays it inside. Douglas going to let it pass. Stays with it. Saves it on the backhand. Aratz steps up. Oh, to the inside. Douglas. Nice catch. Powerful backhand. This comes shooting off the back wall. Urrutia just got to it. Drops it inside. Scoop by Douglas. Another backhand. Powerful one. Off the back wall. Urrutia 2-wall. Douglas going to get out there. Cortada. Aratz knows where to be. He makes the catch. Costato hard to the inside. Scoop by Manny. He just held onto it. Back inside now Aratz. Douglas comes flying in, makes the catch at the 9, plays it back. Hits off the back wall, Rebote. Inside for Manny now. Let's put it right back to Manny. Plays the backhand high inside, catch right off the sidewall. This one drops at their feet. Manny, foot on the wall. Makes a fine catch. That one clipped. Oh,
miscommunication on that one.
Miscommunication. Will score 5 points, possible set, and a possible match point for Urrutia and Aratz.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there. Douglas looked like he was going for it, and conversely, that's the fault of both players. Manny needs to say yours.
Yeah, well, Manny did say you.
Or
yeah.
Or the opposite, or Douglas.
Yeah.
And if they're both saying yours, you figure it out somewhere in between.
It could be, yeah, you see both players.
It's kind of like the math in a deal after, after everything's signed.
Yeah.
It's like, we'll work that out at the end.
Possible match point here. Fireball's looking to take a 2-0 lead. Manny takes the serve, backhand inside, cut off by Urrutia. Plays it back on the wall. Manny stops it. Catch by Manny now, back of the 12. Plays it up the middle. Not steps away. Urrutia has to save the Rebote. Manny over the top. Big bounce, Aratz up the wall. He's not going to get to that ball. Picata works perfectly. Big bounce scores 3 points for the Warriors.
Not an easy shot to throw on this court. Picata, big bounce. Throw it over the top. Look at Aratz. He's about 1.5 feet off the ground, and his cesta's fully extended. Still can't get to it. Beautiful.
Hard serve by Douglas. Aratz. Lays the backhand right to Manny. That one stopped by Urrutia in the air. Backhand from the 9. Sent wall to wall. Rebote forehand for Douglas. Caught by Aratz in the air. Douglas again. This Rebote. Urrutia let it pass. Aratz with the right side. Crossing to the inside. Douglas hooked that one just above the pad. Now Aratz steps up. Douglas, what a catch there at the 8, reaching back for it. Now Manny in the middle of the court, clears some space. Urrutia gets back in there though, makes the stop inside. Backhand floated out of reach. Douglas waiting for it, plays it. Now Urrutia, long run, that's a diving save. Douglas, drop shot. Urrutia not gonna get there. That's 4 points.
Beautiful.
Warriors hanging around here.
Beautiful, beautiful play by Douglas. And again, that's between Aratz and Urrutia making this Rebote. Urrutia made a save in the backcourt is what happened. And Douglas, tremendous highlight IQ. Saw where he was laying on the ground. Let me get it to bounce twice before the 4 line. The odds are in my favor that I'm going to score this point.
What a hard serve, Aratz from the outside. That's a low runner. Manny's got to get up there. He scoops it up. Plays it high and deep. Rebote coming out. Rebote saved by Urrutia. Stopped along the wall by Manny. Comes out over the top. No play for him. Now Aratz on the backcourt. Sends it inside. Not a lot on that Rebote. Douglas hooked it. It's in play.
Oh, what a
catch. And he kept it.
My
Controlled
goodness.
in the basket the entire way. Here's Aratz now, back of the 13. Floats it up between the Warriors. Douglas waiting on it. Plays it inside. Catch by Aratz along the wall. Floats it back. Douglas calls him off. Tough one. He makes a save. Urrutia in the middle of the court. Costato to wall. Stopped by Douglas. The forehand over the top. Right to Aratz. What a point. Now Manny saves Rebote again. Urrutia, Costato this time to the inside. Manny, what a reach. He makes the catch again. Costato, this time a little hybrid drop shot along the wall. It's a tough one though. Manny has to bring it in. Urrutia plays the backhand. It's dropping. Douglas send it up in the overhead screen. Point, set, and match. Hard fought. Going to the Fireballs 6-3, 6-4. And with that, second win for the Fireballs on tonight's game day, taking a 2-0 lead in this best of 7. Coming up next, will be Division 5 doubles. Correa and Julin for the Warriors, and Jedden and Cabrera for the Fireballs. Again, Ron was injured in the final game day just this past Tuesday, so Cabrera, as the lower-ranked player, will sub for Ron in not one but two matches, the next two, beginning here in just 3 minutes. Take a look at that game day score now, reflecting that second win by the Fireballs. Urrutia and Aratz. Boy, it hadn't been the best stretch. You know, Urrutia and Aratz, he said, lost 4 in a row, but Urrutia in doubles hadn't won a doubles match since back on March 21st. So it's been over a month for Urrutia. Started off great. One of the quickest adjustments to this court that we've ever seen, but again, hit a little bit of a lull there, midway point, the end of the season, but now picking it back up when it matters most in the playoffs. Great play by him and Aratz. What more can you say in the backcourt? I mean, maybe, just that one miss in the second set comes to mind, but solid play. And more importantly, a 2-0 game day lead. Let's hear from our winners, Urrutia and Aratz, joining us at the DraftKings Players Cage. Congratulations, guys. You beat this team twice in the regular season, but the playoffs is a little bit different. What was the key to making sure the results stayed in your favor tonight?
Yeah, it's a difficult game. We hit the playoff is really different because I think everybody is nervous. It's difficult, but with Aratz, we have the good communication, and he follow good me. And I'm very happy, and I'm focused for the next game.
Awesome, guys. Great start. You got a 2-0 lead. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.